All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome to our webinar, What's New with Quizizz. Look at those attendees numbers going up. Kyle, we were worried no one was going to show up. And we're at 50 already, 52. I can't even look at it. This is crazy. How's everybody doing today? We are here to talk about all amazing and new things going on with Quizizz. But before we do that, please, as you join this event, join our lesson. So you'll see the lesson link on the chat. You're also seeing it on the screen. Joinmyquiz.com. Look at Marla and Israel jumping in. We've got joinmyquiz.com 038947 is your game code. While you do that, I want to introduce you to our team here. We've got Kyle Niemis, our head of community and education innovation. We have Natalie Ramirez, one of our sales team members, and I'm Jen Baselice. And the three of us here are the three Team Quizizz gurus. We're going to be working with you today, sharing some knowledge, talking about all new Quizizz features that are either out now or coming soon. So one more time, go ahead and join that lesson. The link is in the chat, joinmyquiz.com. Hi, Yvonne. Joinmyquiz.com, game code is 038947. And a couple housekeeping items. We do have the chat open. Hello, Emily. We do have the chat open for some back channel conversation if you'd like to leverage that. But Natalie is also on hand to answer your questions. So if you have a specific question that you want answered, we don't want that to get buried in the chat. So go ahead and use the Q&A dialog box, the Q&A box in Zoom to send your question directly to Natalie so that she can guide you with that. All right, hello from Philadelphia. I was just there a few weeks ago. Cool. What's up, Marla? All right, hello from New York City. That was another place I was at a few weeks ago. It's like my whole summer travels are in the chat. And SoCal, I think, Natalie, aren't you in SoCal? Awesome. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and give you guys a few more minutes. We still have, Ecuador, great. Ohio, I was not in Ohio, but what's up, Ohio? This is awesome. I love it. I love that you're all Central Florida. Benny Boyd, I am in Central Florida, Orlando to be exact. All right, cool. So it looks like the bubbles have stopped popping more or less. But we will keep throwing that lesson link back in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hal, what do you think? Should we just jump right in?
Yeah, let me just say one thing real quick.
Go for it.
So if you're brand new, this is your first ever Quizizz webinar, we always do our webinars using Quizizz lessons. And the reason that we're telling you that is because we see that some people are not in the lesson, and that's fine. You can hang out and just kind of like enjoy this webinar, maybe like other webinars. But to get the most experience, the best experience out of this, we really, really want to recommend you join this lesson because it's going to allow you to experience the things from a student's point of view, throw in your 2 cents and ask questions and feedback and polling, and just it'll be a much richer experience if you join the actual lesson. So I just want to throw that out there. So let's maybe wait another 20 seconds to give people one last chance to join on in.
I can do that. Yeah, if you all don't know, Quizizz is more than a quiz. Not only are we an amazing amount of question types to give students a variety of ways to show what they know, but we are also lessons, which you can use the question types in the lessons, which make a direct instruction more engaging and interactive for your learners. So definitely join that lesson, even if you just kind of let it cruise on your screen, just so you can see what it's like. Just to throw it out in the chat, how many of you have ever heard of lessons? Give me a, yeah, I've heard of it, or, oh, this is new to me, never heard of it before. We've got some yeses. Ooh, some new to me's. Okay, good. So we're all going to learn something today, besides what's new with Quizizz, naturally. All right, our attendee numbers are creeping up, which is awesome. We still have folks joining the lesson. Never heard of it. Awesome. Some have heard of it, haven't used it. Oh, it's so easy to use too. So easy. And you can use it for the most basic things too. Anything, really. We'll talk a bit more about lessons today near the end of our time together. session is being recorded, and the recording will be sent to you at the end of the session, along with all the resources and links and goodies that we're talking about. You're going to get a nice little resource document sent over with all those links. So don't worry about bookmarking things and saving things and taking copious notes. Just enjoy, engage, and just be with us tonight. Tonight for me, because I'm in Orlando, Florida. So not for Natalie, though. It's not night yet.
What do you think, Jen? Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right.
Already on. Here we go, friends. What's new with Quizizz? Well, what isn't new with Quizizz, right? All right. I'm Jen Baselice. We've got Kyle Niemis and then Natalie on the chat and Q&A. So today's agenda, we're obviously going to talk about what is super hot right now, which is Quizizz AI. So we'll spend a good amount of time there, let you see what we're working on, and let you see what's been recently released. Then we'll talk a bit about our new question types, two new premium question types that we're going to share with you today. Some back to school resources that you can find on Quizizz University. And we'll do a little throwback. It's Thursday. Therefore, it's Throwback Thursday. So we're going to do a little throwback, talk about some of the things that have been released in the past, but that you should really take a look at before you start your school year. Cool. So let's, in true teacher fashion, let's do some icebreakers. Kyle, take it away.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, the chat was already amazing. I feel like we kind of got a general gist of this too already, but like, right now in front of you is a draw question, and this should be a map of the world. And what we're gonna do is ask you to put like a dot or a tiny little circle on the map to show us where you're joining us from today. And you're gonna see in a second that Jen is gonna be able to look at everyone's responses individually so we can see where Lindsay's from, or we'll be able to do like a heat map to kind of get a general feel of where everyone is from. So we'll give you all just, maybe 10, 15 seconds to put a little dot, little circle on the map. Can we go to the responses view right now, Jen, so we can see what's coming in?
Most certainly. So check out this responses view. I also love that it's blurry right now, because if you think about this from a classroom perspective, if you're giving this in class and you don't want students to take a look at other students' responses to kind of sway their decision, you can leave it blurry. And then if we want to take a look at Heather's, we can select view, and then we can see Heather's drawing, but I can also select view all. And now they go from being blurry to being, clear. But that's pretty small. What if I want to see my responses a little bit larger and kind of take a look at what Kyle said, almost like a heat map of all the responses? That's where I will select zoom view. Someone's from this ginormous line right here. I don't know where that's really located, but that'd be a cool place to visit. So you see almost like a heat map right here. I've got all players' responses. So it's layering all of those responses on top of each other. But then I can also zoom in to see Miss T here, who's over on the West Coast, and see Marla over here, looks like in the Northeast, and so on and so forth. So this is a draw question type. Remember, we are in a lesson, so you can bring that draw question type into the lesson. And there's a little icebreaker and a little teacher moment for you to see where all of our friends here are from. And we'll do that zoom view one more time with all player responses. Somebody's from like all over here, like the ocean, right? Cool. Oh, I hear smiley face. Awesome. Great. Let's move on to our next icebreaker. Here we go.
All right, so this is really good for us as we're doing this webinar. There's 200 people in the room. Some of you, I'm sure, are Quizizz experts. Some of you might be brand new to Quizizz. This will just really help Jen and I figure out exactly our pacing and, where we want to go with this. So master, are you dabbling, or, where are you on the scale?
Got a lot of dabblers.
Yeah, that's great, actually.
It is great. I love it.
And I'm just going to throw it out there as people are chiming in here, because I saw a little bit in the chat. I know Natalie's man in the chat. Some people couldn't see the drawing. So what's so good about Quizizz lesson is that you can join at any point. And this is always good for students' point of view too. So therefore, if you haven't joined yet, hop on in and you'll jump right on in with us.
Yep. And if you are doing this live in class and you've got students that walk in late, you can train them that on the lower corner of your screen is the join code with the join website. You can always just hover your mouse over it and it'll take over your screen. And I'll stop blinking and I'll just hold it there for just a second. And it'll show the join URL and the code for those kiddos that, you know, came late, they were in the nurse's office, whatever the situation was. All right, so we've got a lot of dabblers here. Awesome, I love it. So we're gonna throw one more. This is not really an icebreaker. We just need some information from you. So last question, I promise we'll start with the good stuff. I know it's been really good so far.
Yeah. So this is just getting your email. And we almost took off this question, right, Jen? We were sitting there, we're like, we don't really need it. But then we were thinking that we're giving away a bunch of prizes today. And we're like, oh yeah, that's right. We need to make sure
we're gonna need your email. So I'll just go to full question view so we don't have to look at each other's emails. But yes, there are prizes today. Several. So we need your email because if you win, we want to give you your things and we need to contact you. So your email is helpful for that. I'll wait and get everybody to answer. Okay, and if you did not get to put your email in there, just go ahead and toss it in the Q&A to Natalie, and we'll be sure that if you are one of those lucky winners, we will make sure that you get your prize. Promise. All right. Speaking of prizes.
Yeah, sorry. So there's two ways to win prizes. This is how we always do every webinar. I love it because it obviously helps us give away some prizes, helps us spread the word a little bit. And so what we're going to do is we have this little wheel of fun, we call it. So about halfway through the webinar, we'll spin the wheel of fun and it randomly picks two people. And at the very end of the webinar, we'll do the same thing. We'll randomly spin it and pick two people. And then what we do is we look through Twitter, X, whatever we're going to call it right now. And we randomly pick two people from there who tweeted about the webinar. And so if you've never done this kind of like click to tweet thing, it's pretty magical. So on your screen right now, if you're on Twitter or X, I wrote a whole tweet for you already that basically says I'm attending a webinar, there's some cool things going on, and you can use it straight up as is, or you can add some things and tweak whatever you want. What we love is when participants will like use this template and then include like fun screenshots when something cool comes up that you see, you like, that sort of thing. So what I always encourage people to do is if you're, again, on Twitter or X, you can click that button a couple times right now and it'll almost open a couple tabs. So like your tweets are like locked and loaded, ready to go. So as soon as you see something cool, you can just like pop it out there to the world, and we'll pick a couple people from there to make sure we give away some prizes. And so I want to show you the prizes because I think our swag shop is amazing. So if you go to the next slide.
And yep, gonna go to the next slide. And you don't have to be on Twitter to win prizes. So I just saw some of that in the chat. You do not have to be on Twitter to win prizes, just like another way you can win. We will pick winners from today, and we're gonna pull names a couple times throughout the session. But yeah, swag shop, check it out. All the cool goodies. And I think even for attending today, you might get a kind of discount code or something. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard a little birdie told me.
I think our illustrator is just so talented. So she turned a lot of her amazing drawings into shirts. So on your screen, you can now see, you can scroll down because this is an embedded website, right? A Quizizz lesson. And so what we'll do is, like I said, we're going to give away some prizes and we'll give away some gift cards. But obviously not everyone's going to win. So, but we'll make sure that every single person here gets a discount code. So at least you get like a decent discount in case you do ever want to buy something from here. Again, I think, a super cool shop.
Awesome. All right, folks, let's get started. Quizizz AI is coming, but some of it's already here. Yeah, just today we released Quizizz AI Enhance, which we're going to talk about momentarily. So I want to know, well, we want to know from you all before we dive into AI, how do you view the impact of AI on education? And as you look at these answer choices, guess what? They were generated with Quizizz AI. No, I did not type in those answer choices. I had AI do it for me. I love it. It is totally going to revolutionize education, personalized learning. You know, folks are saying it's going to replace teachers, but you still need us. The kids need us. I think it's going to make us allow us to have more time to connect with our kiddos. Super. So tell me about the buzz that's going on right now with Quizizz AI.
Go back for a second, Jen, just to
sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to throw it out there that like there's a decent chunk of people here that, you know, are obviously concerned about AI, and I think that's great though too. So I'm gonna plug is the wrong word, but we have Rochelle Dene Poth coming on next week, and she's like this AI expert to really talk through with a bunch of people like kind of a lot of these things of like the concerns, the thoughts, like how do you use it and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to let you know that like we'll show the things today that we're really excited about, but next week we have another webinar that's solely focused on like responsible use of AI and some good stuff. So I think that those concerns are valid, and that's why we have a whole webinar to show people.
Super valid, super valid. And if you stay till the end, there'll be a link to register for that, but that link to register for next week's AI guest speaker series will also be in your resource document. So keep an eye open for that. Okay, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
What's going on here with Quizizz AI? What's the buzz?
So
Tell me
I'm
what's
lucky
happening.
that I kind of run a lot of our Twitter stuff, and I get to see what people are talking about. So we did have a handful of people have early access, and it was really cool to actually see like big namers like Amanda Sandoval and Rochelle and Mel and other people like just really talking about it. But then just like anyone else who kind of gave it a shot is like throwing out how excited they are to use it. So same thing on your screen. You're welcome to scroll if you like, or just look at Jen's screen. But it's been really, really cool to see the buzz. And that's why we're so pumped that like as of today, one of the 3 pieces of AI is going to be live for everyone. So I can't wait to see how people use it. So with that, Jen, I feel like we should at least show them a little bit about what's coming out. Yeah.
Okay, friends, in the next question, you are going to actually do your own work on your own computer. You are going to watch a 90-second video made by our teammate and friend, John. So go ahead and click play. There is a video right there on your computer. Watch that 90-second video and then answer the question. Also think about how you can use this in your classroom. I'll stop there. Okay. All right, we have 3 branches of Quizizz AI: enhance, create, and analyze. Actually, let me say them in the right order: create, enhance, and analyze. And John does a great job in that 90-second video, kind of walking you through those 3 branches. If the video is not showing on your screen, can we pop that link in the chat, Kyle or Natalie? And that will also be in your resource document. So, and I'm gonna kind of do the video thing anyway, but just wanted to give folks a chance to digest it on their own time. All right, 1 more minute and then we're going to move forward. Don't fret. You will still have time to take a look at Quizizz AI.
Oh, it
is a great video, John. It's a great video.
But this is pretty even here.
I know. Look at this.
So Janet, we'll wait a second before you tell me which your favorite and you're most excited about, because we don't want to. To me,
I know that's hard. I don't think I can pick. It's like picking a favorite child. That's why I only have one.
Oh man, I was about to say one right now. I'm torn between 2 in particular. Can I just say it?
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say enhanced. I love enhanced. I love like how it's gonna make things just like really fun for teachers and just like leveled and differentiated. But analyze is gonna be super cool. Like if we can nail that right with AI of like truly like giving differentiated content to students, which is the goal, I think that's gonna be so powerful too. So I think I'm gonna pick analyze. Okay, I said it, analyze.
Yeah, I'm tied between create and analyze because those are 2 things that take a lot of time when you're using technology in education, right? Creating your content takes time, but then you also want to leverage what technology is doing for you, which is it's giving you data. It's allowing you to do things you couldn't do before, which much more difficult with paper pencil. So then the analyze feature, the fact that AI is going to analyze that for me and give my students recommended activities based on their results, like that's powerful too. That takes stuff off my plate. So I'm tied also. Not that Enhance isn't cool. Enhance is also cool, but you made me pick. So all right, should we put this to the test?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Moving this out of my way. Okay, so I'm going to put it to the test. So here, friends, you can kind of just watch my Zoom screen because I'm not going to move anything in the lesson right now. So if you want to take a look at my screen, I'm going to quickly walk you through what I'm going to do with my lesson to create a quiz using Quizizz AI. So I am teaching a lesson on the history of glue because that is everybody's favorite topic. So I go to create my quiz. I can either upload a document or text a quiz, but if you can't choose one, it's okay. Both are taking you to the same place. So just pick. And now here is your Quizizz AI create screen. And I can either copy text and let Quizizz make a quiz for me. I can upload a file, like a PDF of your favorite worksheet or a piece of text, or you can paste a link. So here is a link to my favorite website about the history of glue. I teach Glue 101. So I will paste that link. And then I will say, hey, Quizizz, make me 8 questions and generate. All right, so while it's generating that, I do want to just do a quick plug. I'm a former math teacher and I had some math worksheets on hand because that's what we do. We just keep math worksheets on hand. And I uploaded a PDF of just math problems, and Quizizz AI did a really nice job of taking those math problems and using, you know, quotient of and using that math vocabulary to translate it into multiple choice questions. And then I was able to use Quizizz AI Enhance to change them into word problems. So really easy, instead of me having to come up with those word problems or finding a worksheet of word problems, it was just easy to do with a click of a button. All right, here is my 8-question quiz on the history of glue. Now, I would, you know, read through it, make sure it's what I want it to be, etc. You still have, this is the quiz backstage, Quizizz quiz backstage. So you still have the features of editing the question and changing text and answer choices however you'd like, duplicating, deleting, tagging it with your standards, changing point values, changing time. Okay, so nothing changes from the backstage interface. Okay, Quizizz has just made these 8 questions. Thank you for doing that for me, Quizizz. Now, this little magic wand is Quizizz AI Enhanced. That was just released when? Today. Okay, so we click the magic wand.
Wait, hold on, Jen.
Hold on. Yeah, go.
Let's just like pause for a second, because again, I saw people in the chat and they didn't know where to look. Like, let's just be clear. Like, so what just happened was you went to a site that had information, popped the link in there, and within 30 seconds or so, it generated all the questions, read the site, and made things for you. And like you said, you can still customize, make your own, but ultimately it made a whole set depending on what you wanted, right? So that's where we are right now.
That is exactly where we are right now. I've got 8 questions on the history of glue that was pulled from this website about glue that I gave to Quizizz. I'm like, here, Quizizz, here's my website. Please make 8 questions for me. And it made 8 questions for me. I can make 8 more questions myself if I want. I can edit these 8 questions using the edit button. But since today we're talking about Quizizz AI Enhance, I'm going to enhance these questions. And so here's what we mean by enhance. When you click that magic wand, that's the enhance button. When you click that magic wand, you have got options here. Like, notice how they're all multiple choice. I promise they are. I would scroll down, but I want to leave my screen here. They're all multiple choice. So you can convert it to true, false, or drag and drop, or drop down, or fill in the blank. I'll just change this one to a drag and drop question. So that is a premium, drag and drop is a premium question type. And perhaps I don't want my kids to see all these multiple choice questions, and I'm able to leverage these premium question types. And now it's changed it for me. I didn't have to go in and do it myself. fantastic. And let's see, maybe this one right here. So I'm going to look at question 6. Friends, I really don't teach Glue 101 in case you haven't figured that out yet. I know I look like I might teach Glue 101, but I don't. So I don't know what half this is, but however, so if I want to enhance this question, you also have the option to fix grammatical errors, convert this to a real world scenario. That's when I change them into word problems for math. Replace it with a similar question. So let the AI go back into that website and give me a similar question, translate it, or customize it with a prompt. And should we have some fun here with customize it with a prompt?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. Okay. So I changed
All
my mind. This is my favorite. I take it back. This is actually my favorite.
This is your favorite? Okay.
Yeah. So before we get into the fun part, I just also want to throw out there, like, the enhance that I really love, Jen, is the ability to differentiate, like to take a question and to say, okay, like this is worded a little too tricky. Let's simplify the wording a little bit, right? Or maybe it's the opposite. You're like, let's enhance it a little bit. It's put in a couple more vocabulary words that we talked about in class. So like the fun that we're about to do, I love, but I also love the fact that you can differentiate it and really meet those students' needs. Okay.
100%, because in this custom prompt, I can easily say like, simplify the language in this question. I can tell AI to do what I need it to do, right? For this particular question question number 6. But we're gonna have fun with it because it's fun right now. Jump over to the lesson because I want to make this question sound like somebody, like some famous character is saying this question. So if you jump over to the lesson for just a second, because we want you to pick that character. All right, friends, here we go. Jump over to the lesson and tell us. We want to enhance this quiz that we just created using AI. I want to jazz it up. Who do we want to make this question sound like? You've got Roy Kent, Mickey Mouse, Phoebe Buffay, or Yoda.
Natalie, this is yours. You recommended we put
Natalie wanted Yoda on the list. I picked Mickey Mouse. I'm from Orlando, House of Mouse.
And so Roy, yeah, I mean, we did Roy Kent on Twitter the other day, and it just kind of blew up. It's so funny. So
oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
Lasso,
okay,
we don't know Ted Lasso, but yeah, wow,
Yoda is the winner. So let's take question number 6 and make this question sound like Yoda. I hope it works. This is live TV, people. Live TV. Don't fail me now. All right, here we go. Yoda, what is the name of the extremely strong and super fast variant of what is of the variant of synthetic adhesives that is extremely strong and super fast? There is Yoda answering question or writing, speaking question number 6. We would apply the changes. We had some fun with that, but you can really make it any prompt you want by even changing the reading Lexile level, making the vocabulary easier, using a specific set of vocabulary words. You are the composer of this, right? The AI is your instrument and you tell it what to do. So that is Quizizz AI in, I don't know how many minutes I did it in. But
can we look at one more thing?
Yeah, throw it in there.
And I don't know if it's there or not, but I think if you go back there, if we scroll up, right up to the top right, is that where, because I just want to show that we can do the whole quiz if we wanted to. It doesn't have to be question by question, correct?
Okay.
I think it's, again, this is all brand new. Is it that purple button right there?
Yep, it would be this one. Hold on, let me show them where they were. It was this purple button to enhance the entire quiz. And then this would be kind of a global move. So if you wanted to change the entire quiz to sound like Yoda, if you wanted to streamline the entire quiz to have, you know, a lower Lexile reading level or translate it all to Spanish, you can do it all globally. Yeah, or you can do one question at a time. Yep. And it's this
so fun. Like when I use quizzes in the classroom, I was a science teacher for a long time. Like, you know, we use quizzes all the time and it was great. I feel like I can easily see myself just like asking a kid, okay, today you pick today's theme. Okay, you want the questions all be said like Yoda? Perfect. Zoop, perfect. Now go enjoy your quiz. Like it's I think it's such a fun way to just make it extra fun to the students and get them involved. And I don't know. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Oh, for sure. If you have students who are speakers of another language coming into, I had students that didn't speak English coming into my math class, I can quickly change all the story problems to their target language and then provide them with that modification real easily now without having to find a different assignment for them. Excellent. All right, let's keep on cruising. All right, Kyle, what's this all about?
So this also, I think, just went live today or yesterday, but essentially, so the enhanced piece is out. At least for the US and Indonesia, other countries coming soon. But the create is not out yet. And it's hopefully going to come out next week, maybe the week after. But we have this basically form right in front of you. That's the early access. So since you're here, you are here to learn and probably are interested. So if you want to pop your email in there, I think it's a day, maybe two, that they'll add you to the whitelist and you'll get that early access for the create that's coming out. The analyze is still, I think, not ready, but this will give you the early access to create. So we thought you'd enjoy that.
Perfect. So go ahead and type your email in there if you're interested in getting early access. Create and enhance are included features, and analyze will be a premium feature. So definitely something to keep your eyes open for. And as you type your email into that box, note that we just embedded a website into a lesson. It's actually the third time we did it. But now you're actually interacting with a website in a lesson. No, friends, we did not send you to another place to type in this email. You're doing it right in our lesson. You too can do that for your students. But before we tell you about that, let's chat about some new question types. Kyle, tell us more about new question types.
Yeah, they're coming out August 22nd. So next week. All right, next slide, Jen. Let me just, we'll show them the ones that are coming out.
I got distracted by the chat.
No. So it's just crazy. If you've been with us for a long time, and I know a lot of you are dabblers, you said, but if you've been with us kind of since the beginning, like we were a multiple choice forever. And now I think I counted before there, it's like what, 12, 13 question types. And whenever I talk about this slide, I always want to say it's really important that like more doesn't mean better. Like, oh, we have so many question types, we must be so amazing. Like every single one of these question types is like really thought out, really figuring out what teachers need. And these two new question types are no different. So we really listened to teachers and they said, listen, we really could use a question type in which you can categorize some stuff, and we could really use a question type that's a little bit more text heavy. So the question type, the first one is categorize. And it's like the simplest idea, but I'm like super pumped for it because it's exactly what it looks like. It's here's a bunch of things, put them into the right categories. So I know we always had like multiple choice and multi-select, but this is just such a cool way to like categorize all different things, right? I think the reason I like it so much is that it can be used by any subject. I think it's awesome. Look at, wow, Javier, you just said what I was about to say. I think it's great for kindergartners.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
I think sometimes people are always like, does this question type apply to like younger students? And like, this is, I mean, you're just dragging something to the right category, nouns and, verbs. And
should we have them try it?
Yeah. So I was, yes.
Okay. Try it.
Don't get mad at me, everyone out there.
No, I know, I already know the answer.
Okay. But I was a science teacher. Natalie, obviously you were a science teacher too. So I couldn't not do like a sciencey question of like, based on that GIF. I was like, cool. Like, let's really put them to the test of like fruits and vegetables, because all four of them look like they're vegetables. But if you're a sciencey person, maybe you know that two of them are actually fruits and two of them are actually vegetables. And if you have no idea, you can just guess anyway. But
throwing a tomato in there, or an avocado. Hint, hint, wink, wink, wink.
I think you're just saying things now. Okay, so wait, I don't even know it tells them if they got the answer right or not, but we'll tell them. Actually, wait, Natalie, do we put you in the spot as a former science teacher? Do you know the answer?
Natalie, I gotta check it out because I have like 3 like chat and Q&A boxes open. I'm trying to respond to everybody.
Oh, look, Autumn's got it. Joseph's got it. Check out Autumn.
I'm gonna go cucumber, pumpkin are fruits.
Yeah, they are. Anything.
Yeah.
Go.
Seeds in the middle is a fruit.
Put me on the spot.
I did put you on the spot. As you're manning 25 questions, I made you answer.
All right. So let's get our audience to share some ideas. So what are some examples of categorized questions that you would use for your subject area? Bonus points if you put your subject area first. So like classifying polygons. Ooh, French nouns, spelling types, types of graphs. We got math people out here. Love it. Senator House, classifying bones, classifying polynomials. I'm looking at that chat. Look at that. Super cool. Cause and effect. Musical instruments. Oh, I love it. Look at all of these ideas. types of graphs, types of RAM memories, computer science. Got some tech teachers out there. It's so cool, guys. Like, what a cool question type, right? Like, I geek out over it too. I also love that you can put images as options, which makes it amazing for our littles, but it makes it amazing for all of our students. So awesome question type. The next question type that will be released soon is the comprehension question type. Now, we don't have a sample to show you, so I'm just going to voice over this GIF real quick. So the comprehension question type will take a prompt, whether that prompt is a piece of text or a video, and allow you to put questions underneath that prompt. Why is that cool? Well, because before the comprehension question type, if you had, I'm thinking of like a math teacher with a free response question, I've got that one graph and I want to ask multiple questions about it. Well, right now I have to copy the graph and write the question, the new question over and over and over and over again, where with comprehension, I can show that image, show that text, show that prompt, and then have the questions underneath of it, and students will scroll through the questions that follow that prompt. This also mimics those online testing softwares that our schools and districts are using when we're moving to these tech enhanced assessments. So students are now getting comfortable with what that looks like in a technology-based assessment. Technology now is not a barrier to that productivity and that success on that exam, and they can just focus on the content. So real great for free response questions or giving them a piece of text or something to read, like a comprehension question. So super fun question. I'm really pumped about it. And that will also be releasing super duper soon. All right. So yes, comprehension and categorize are premium question types. One more thing. So we talked about AI enhanced being released today, which is a big deal. We also have something else being released today. Do you want to talk a bit about this, Kyle?
Sure. We added this on this morning. So again, Quizizz team, if you're watching this, please don't get upset. But when at first someone's like, oh, like we have a new, a brand new theme for back to school, and it's like space. And actually, Natalie, if I'm not mistaken, I think you're like a space person. And I was like, oh, space is cool, I guess. But then I heard the music and I was like, oh, this is good. So let's try it, Jen, because last time, can we try to play for everyone and see if they can just hear the music?
Maybe. I don't know if my music will show, but they can play it on your screen too, friends, if you can play it. Can you hear my audio? No. I would, share computer sound. Now can you hear my audio? There we go. Okay, that was short. There's your space theme. I know it threw me off today when I was playing with Quizizz too. I was like, whoa, what's this little fun space ditty about? So new theme out today, something fun. And some other fun things we have for you are some back to school resources. So on Quizizz University, Quizizz University is your one-stop shop for all things learning about quizzes. So it's for teachers to learn about quizzes. So we have a back to school resource page where you can find lots of curated and created back to school activities. Some are turnkey activities you can use tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, tomorrow with your students, or templates, which you can kind of take and make your own. So lots of activities already curated for you. We've got a first 3 weeks lesson plan guide. So if you're like, I don't really want to plan my first 3 weeks, no problem. We planned it for you. Just take it and do your thing. So you can take ideas from that first 3 weeks lesson plan, some thought starters, resources, and more. So our back to school resource page will be available until October, near the end of back to school season. So make the most of it while you can. You can click on this link and bookmark Quizizz University, but it'll also be shared in that resource document that you get. So visit Quizizz U often. But we also want to call out our top 3 back to school activities voted by some of our community members and game changers. So if you click on this link, it'll also be in the resource doc, so don't freak out. If you click on that link, is a collection of back to school activities that you will find on Quizizz University. But these were the faves. How to email your teacher was a fave. Yep, we got a template for that. So if you want to, teach the kids how to email properly, which is important, an all about me activity, and then a complete the squiggle. What's that, Kyle?
So I can't take credit for it. If you all know Jake Miller, I stole it from him. He actually used it with a different program, and he said it was so fun with him and his kids. So we threw it into our back to school templates, and it's pretty popular.
So I think they should do it right now.
I think that we're going to do it together in only
Okay.
2 minutes, nothing crazy. If you've never done Complete the Squiggle, it's such a fun activity to do in the beginning of the year, anytime as like a brain break. I know Jake Miller said he used to do it as kids walked into the classroom. It's exactly what it sounds like. So we're gonna have you do it. Can we hide them? I don't want people to see them.
I am gonna hide them all so that we don't all cheat.
Have a squiggle, and your job is to turn that into part of a picture of something that you enjoy doing. So without giving everything away, maybe that could be part of a guitar if you enjoy playing guitar, and you turn that squiggle.
Oh, you just gave one away.
Well, I mean, just in case people are like, I don't understand how to complete a squiggle. We did it as a Quizizz team at one of our most recent meetings. And it was really cool to actually just learn about some people
It was cool.
a fun, stress-free way.
I put myself in a car driving to Disney World because that's what I do in my free time.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Time's almost
You
up.
all. Let's see. We've got some suns, some puzzles, some puzzle
nice.
players, some people, some horse dogs.
Smith, yeah, making an animal right away.
Ooh, a piano and or keyboard. Ooh, run, love it. Flower, maybe gardening. Someone does lima beans in their free time. Fun. So just a quick little brain break. Imagine the kids could get silly with this, of course. That's why we have the hide all button, right? Okay. But then you can just view them and they can have a good time. I used to teach middle school, so yeah.
So this is part of those back to school templates, again, that we'll send out or that you clicked on before, amongst some other things. But then you can do that. You can honestly, of course, make up your own if you ever need to, but we have it made for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we're about 2/3 of the way right now. So we have a 2/3 of the way break. As a reminder, hopefully at this point you've seen something cool you liked. If you are on Twitter X, again, we're going to remind you to go ahead and throw out something using our template or however you want to do it. If that link for whatever reason isn't working, you don't need it. You go just go to Twitter yourself and just, make sure you tag Quizizz, say something cool. But it's also time for our first spin the wheel. Yeah.
Yes. How many times am I spinning this wheel?
You are spinning it twice now, and
all right
at the end. So it doesn't matter if you're on Twitter or not. Right now is your chance to win. And so this is obviously meant for calling on students kind of randomly. So, kind of cold call, but we're going to use it for swag today.
Yes. Live lessons allow you the functionality to spin the wheel, and it'll spin from the students that are currently in the lesson. And our first winner is Angela. Ta-da! So Angela, hopefully you put your email in at the beginning. If not, you can QA direct to Natalie. We're going to spin again for our next winner. Our next winner is dun, 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 dun. Ooh, Turquoise Tammy. Turquoise Tammy, if you are with us, and if we didn't get your email, even if we didn't, go ahead and toss it into the Q&A for Natalie. Congratulations, Angela and Turquoise Tammy. Let's keep rocking. All right. It's Thursday, so we are going to throw it back to 2 new question types that were released in the spring. If you don't know, now you know. Question type number 1 is the hotspot question type. And the hotspot question type allows you to put an image as, I should hide all your little answers, but I'm talking and I lost my button. All right, so allows you to put an image and then put spots in the image. Some are right, some are wrong, and students can select the correct spot. So I'm using it for a math question, asking you to pick the 90-degree angles. You can use it for just about anything.
So Jen, I have to hop in. I know
Responses
that you don't like picking favorites, but out of all our question types, this is my favorite. I have to throw it out there. This is my number 1. I think it's very similar to what Javier was saying. Like, this is so great for any level, right? Anyone could put a picture, point to the things. It's just like so good for
point to the things.
Point to the things, right? Like any topic, any picture. It's just so versatile. I love it, and so simple.
So great. And your hotspots don't just have to be points or circles. They can also be rectangular shapes. So you can draw rectangular hotspots, and they're also free form. So if you needed to almost draw a specific section, let's say of a map, that's the first one that popped into my head, as one of the hotspots that is either an answer or not an answer, you can free form draw. So super cool question type. It is one of our premium question types that was released in the spring. Wanted to throw it out there for you to see it again. And the next one is our labeling question type. Labeling is another one of our premium question types that was released in the spring. Another rock star question type where you can take an image and allow students to label parts of the image, labels that you put in as the teacher. Now that word bank can go one of two ways. You can put extra answers and distractors in the word bank, or every word has a place to live. So no extra answers. When you're creating with the labeling question, let me see if I can pull up that full question view. I don't know, my internet is being slow now. Nope.
So Jen is a science teacher. Of course, I love this question, the labeling of the cell. And everyone seems to always remember the mitochondria, right, Natalie? Everyone can always tell you the mitochondria. Jen, do you remember as a math teacher from your middle
Everyone school? All at once is the powerhouse of the cell.
It's like the one. It's like the
nice.
one. Like
the only one.
All right. I think I might be, my lesson might be frozen, friends. Not gonna lie.
Give it a refresh, Jen, see what happens.
I'm trying to do that. Let's see. All right. It is not refreshing. So we've got coming up next our partnership with Canva. So I don't know, Kyle, if you want to kind of take over and talk about that a bit while I troubleshoot here.
Yeah, you got it. I'm going to kind of go rogue as you troubleshoot. Kind of share my screen for a bit. All right, all, plan B. So I have the lesson up just on my computer anyway, so it's not going to be on yours, but as Jen's figuring hers out, I'll just have like the slides and I'll kind of talk you through some of the things that we're doing here. So, I mean, hopefully mine loads too, right? So if you are a Canva fan, and I hope that you are a Canva fan because Canva is amazing, we partnered up with them and there's all these actually really cool meme templates. Let me just show you. All right, so I always have to like preface, out of all the things Quizizz can do and all the amazing things we can do for students and teachers, like why spend any time talking about memes? But we are the tool that has the memes when questions pop up that are right or wrong. And I think there's so much value in like goofy, silly, making kids laugh. Like, again, I think of like, if I had this meme pop up when a kid got it right in middle school, they would look at me and basically tell me I'm absurd. But ultimately, of course, I would laugh and hopefully bond with that student. So if you are on Canva, and again, we'll send this out in the resources. If you go to Canva and you just type in Quizizz, there's all these like pre-made like memes specifically for Quizizz, where all you need to do is like change your name or pop in your face if you're feeling really ambitious. So it's just such a simple way to like put memes into your own quizzes. And I guess, let me just stop there for a second too. Like, a lot of people, like as they do the memes, a lot of times those like, oh, default, whatever, you know, Quizizz throws my way, I'll do. But just like, you can put all your own memes on there. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jake Miller just posted something on Twitter like an hour ago that was all about like homemade memes. Now this, if you had been around with Quizizz, this really kind of blew up in the fall. Jen, are you back up and running? Do you want me to turn it back up to you or no? You're muted, so I'm gonna think no. Okay, cool. I'll keep rolling then.
I'm back.
You're back, you're good?
I'm good. Yeah,
Okay.
I was just catching up to you on the lesson. So keep talking. I'm at the same place you are on the lesson, and I'm going to share my screen.
Cool. All right, I'll take it. I'll let you take it. And so, okay, so I told you I was a tech coach for a while. And so escape rooms were really, really kind of big for, I mean, they still are big. I think there's such a cool way to like engage students. There's 1,000 different ways you can do escape rooms. But if you've never done an escape room, the idea is simple. It's all the same. It's like, let's find a way to have some sort of puzzly stuff intertwined with our curriculum so it's a little bit more fun. Using Quizizz memes is what I used to always do with my teachers. And It is such an easy way. And so what you do is you turn your memes into like mystery letters. So when they get a question right, it says like the first letter is S and the second letter is P. And little by little, they ultimately like figure out what the mystery letter is. Thank you.
Whoa, showing another feature of a live Quizizz lesson. The fact that you can draw on the screen. Okay, continue.
Okay, so, but the thing is, escape rooms take a lot of work, usually, right? To actually plan it out and make everything. So what we did last Halloween, all right, Jen, next slide here.
Yep.
Okay. Is last Halloween, like we made an entire escape room for you. Made a whole meme set, we made the forms. So all you had to do was essentially pick any quiz you were already doing, fractions or labeling the cell, whatever it was, and in an instant you could turn it into an escape room. And it just made it a lot more fun for kids. And especially around like the holidays, sometimes you're looking for something that's a little bit, a little more fun. So we made one for Halloween, we made one for Thanksgiving, we made one for the winter season. So same thing, the links are there, but as like we talked about, we'll send them out in the resource document that's going to be emailed out to you guys at the end. But just in case you want to like snag it right now, the links are right there. And I have a little video of me kind of taking you through it. It says, okay, like copy the meme set, assign it here. Like it just gives you a couple of directions in case you need it. But it was very, very popular last Halloween. And I think it'll be again, because it's such a fun way to just, I don't know, make your quiz a little bit more fun.
Yeah, definitely super fun way and engaging way to connect students, do something a little bit different. Also do it with your faculty if you're in charge of PD or working with teachers. These links will also, not only do they live in the resource doc, they're also living forever on Quizizz University under on-demand resources. I'm going to go Baselice speed on creating a Quizizz lesson. This is recorded. So if this goes over your head, go to the recording, fast forward to this part and then watch it again, okay? Maybe you could slow it down. All right, so you are currently in a Quizizz lesson as a student, right? You're experiencing it from a student perspective, you're sold, you love it already. So here are some things you need to know if you didn't know already. Any Google Slides that you have, it's very easy to change them into a Quizizz lesson. That video will show you how. It's also going to be on your resource doc. It's also on Quizizz U. You can also put PDFs, change your PowerPoint into PDFs. If you love Canva, I saw a lot of Canva love on the chat, and you make Canva slides. Those download as PDFs, throw them into a Quizizz lesson. Why? Because now you can add all those questions into that lesson and take direct instruction and make it interactive and engaging. You're intentionally putting those checks for understanding along the way. Not only can you add questions into your lesson slides, you can also add websites, which we call these lessons app smashes, right? So you can embed a web page, which you already saw. You saw the Wakelets embedded. You saw the Quizizz AI web page embedded. You're going to see a Google form momentarily embedded. You're going to see the registration for the Quizizz AI webinar next week embedded. And all of those are there so that students now, all the learning, all the technology is packaged into this lesson. So they don't have to leave and go somewhere else, which takes away a lot of educational seconds that you need to do this instruction. So now everything is curated and organized in this one lesson for the students. If the page doesn't embed nicely, and what I mean by that is now I'm on this next slide of this Wakelet, you can scroll, I can scroll. So my students can scroll, the teacher can scroll. If the page doesn't embed nicely, it'll just say, open it in a new tab. Why do we care? We care because now I don't have to give that link to the students somewhere else. I can just put it in the lesson, and all their learning, everything they need for me and them to do the learning thing today is packaged into this lesson, okay? PhET simulations, Desmos graphing calculator. I think I even tried ABC. Yeah, a lot of those interactive websites that we love to send our kids to like explore and get hands-on. Most of those embed really nicely into Quizizz lessons where students can actually engage with them. Very popular question here is, can I see what the students are doing on my screen? The answer is no, you cannot. However, they are engaging and interacting. You now can untether yourself from the front of the room, walk around, look over their shoulder, give feedback, have conversation. So really great tool, really great activity type. You can leverage all of our Quizizz question types on a Quizizz lesson with multimedia, video, audio, images, text. It's kind of like taking a Google Slides, PowerPoint, Keynote, and then adding all the fun things to it. That would make it even more interactive. So we're going to go ahead and start bringing it home, coming to a close. Don't forget that you have that tweet template. Don't forget that we have 2 more winners to pick. So don't sign off just yet. We ain't finished. We've got 2 more things to do super quick. And then we're going to pick our winners. And then we promise we're done. So thing to do number 1, Kyle, ready, set, go.
Okay. Hold on, no, go back.
Oh, just kidding.
I'm not ready, set, go. I want to give people one last chance here to have this template up.
Yeah.
If they're writing a tweet right now, they might just need a second to screenshot or write it. And so I'll talk. If I can just even say while this screen is up about the lessons, I know a lot of you have already gone back to school, but there's definitely a big group of you, I'm sure, who is going back next week or the week after.
A few weeks, yeah.
Like when I think of the Quizizz lessons, like think right now, like, are you giving like your beginning of like your first lesson that you're doing? Is it a Google slide where you're going over the procedures and the syllabus and the rules and like, because if it is, that's fine. But if you make it a Quizizz lesson, like just it's going to set the tone off and it's going to be that much more engaging to have the exact same thing, the exact same material, only, hey, let's have a little squiggle brain break in the middle of it so we can also like, learn about each other a little bit or check for understanding to make sure that they're understanding the thing. So just want to throw it out there as like, if you're looking for the quick idea, first day of, school kind of PowerPoint, Google slide.
Yeah. And they can also be assigned asynchronously too. So you don't have to do it live. Live is great. You get the bells and whistles of the drawing that I showed you and the little spin the wheel, but Quizizz lessons can also be assigned asynchronously. So if you want students to read through the classroom objectives and procedures and answer some questions and do that independently while you're walking around and maybe labeling folders or whatever it is. I taught middle school, so we didn't do fun things. But anyway, yeah, so you can assign it asynchronously and they can do that in different stations and rotate throughout the room. So many possibilities between live and asynchronous options for lessons. Okay, now you go.
Okay, now let's bring it home with a couple, like
bring it home.
We're going to spin the wheel one more time for our prizes. And then we have 2 more things. So hit the next slide, please. So there was this question that came up in the chat I saw periodically of like, is this premium? Is it not? And yes, there were some things that are premium and some things that were free. So we do know that a lot of times after going through this webinar, some people are like, you know what, like I'd love to see, like I'm on a free plan. Like, is my school maybe interested? Do I have a lot of people at my school using it? Can I make a case? So this is just simply like, hey, listen, like if you'd like us to let you know, hey, are other people at your school using Quizizz so we can help you make a case in case you do want it for your school or district? We'll reach out to you and take care of you and start that conversation for you. So you can leave us blank if you like, but I want to give you, hopefully we try to make it as short as possible, just like, yes, this email is my name. Like, yeah, I'd love to know how many people at my school are using it. So yes, please have somebody reach out to me. So then again,
yeah, we'll give them, I'll leave the slide open here for a few seconds for you to, for you friends to go ahead and fill out this interest form. You can type right into it. Again, this is an embedded website into a lesson slide, and we embedded a Google form because all of Google Suite, G Suite tools are web-based, and you can embed them real easily.
Cool.
You can also copy the link. I believe you have the copy link button on the top, or the open in a new tab if you wanted to open it and save it for later.
So let's do that. So, because hopefully we're short enough, people are done. And if not, you can hit open a new tab, but we want to respect this time the best we can.
100%.
And just same thing with this one. I think for this one here, let's go to the next slide. Let's just have you open it in a new tab right now. That's okay. So we don't have to sit, this is basically, I told you we have that really great webinar next week with Rochelle about AI. And it's really more of a thought leadership thing versus we'll do a little bit of Quizizz stuff in AI, but really it's just more about AI in general and what you can do. So Jen just popped in the chat. You could open a new window, but like since you're here, we figured we'd give you the webinar link just in case you're interested. We'd love to obviously have you come back and learn something new. And along that kind of theme of learning, we have 2 really cool opportunities for you. So like these are all asynchronous opportunities. So I run the Game Changer program and Jen runs our Quizizz University, and they're all just really cool ways that the Game Changer is like, hey, everything that's amazing about Quizizz, in case you didn't know. Jen's are really more based around certain teaching practices, whether it be differentiation or formative assessment or edu protocols and things like that. And they're just really great ways to see how to use Quizizz. with those different practices. Jen, is there anything I missed about the learning paths that you want to chime in on?
No, learning paths are teaching and learning focused, focusing on how to use quizzes to leverage teaching and learning practices. You earn a badge and certificate of completion at the end of each one. So turn them in for PD points if your school or district allows you to do so. And we're going to be creating more and more of those self-paced learning path micro courses throughout the year. We've talked a lot about this resource document that you're going to get emailed to you, and that is 100% happening. So don't freak out. I know this was information overload, but we will have all of these resources together for you along with the recording, and that will come to your email. I think we have 2 more winners to pick.
That's right.
Ready? Let's bring it home. All right, 2 more winners, right on time. Our first winner is, oh, that was tricky.
Ooh,
LM. I was about to say Angelica's name. LM. LM, you are a winner. If yeah, toss your email over in the Q&A box to Natalie. We might have it, but yeah, one more winner. It is 8 o'clock. Last winner of the night is,
looks like Clara.
maybe Clara. All right, Clara, make sure we have your email if you're with us here. Thank you all for being with us today. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Natalie, for collaborating with me to put together this webinar for these amazing folks. I hope you all enjoyed your time with us. We truly enjoyed putting this together for you and learning with you today. So have a great school year.
Thank you all for coming. This is fun.
Yeah, super fun. Have a great year, everybody.
Thank you guys. Super fun.
Bye.
All right, Natalie, I'm going to end it in 5.
Wait a minute. I was just saving the chat.
Oh, thanks. All right, I'll stick around for a second in case there are any last minute questions. Fire them at Natalie or myself.
Yeah. I just saved it and I'm making sure to save that. Yeah, we'll send all of you guys resources afterwards and all the links.
The Twitter
winners. Thank you for coming.
Janetta, we'll take a look at the Twitter winners probably tomorrow. It's I'll take a look at all the tweets that came through and we'll notify people by tomorrow.
We got lots of emails put into the Q&A, so we'll have to go back and watch who actually won.
Yeah, it's okay. We got it recorded.
Yeah, we have recorded. That's cool. Cool.
All right, all. We're gonna call it. Thank you all for coming, and until next time.
Bye. Thank you.